Not the polite one you gave strangers, but the one that arrived late and stayed longer than it was invited. It showed up only when something caught you off guard. A small indent in the armor you wore so well most days. I lived for that dimple, chased it across rooms with bad jokes and gentle teasing. Anything to watch the left side of your face, give away the secret that you were happier than you let on. I never told you I measured whole evenings by how deep it went. That left dimple is the last honest thing I still own about you. I close my eyes and it appears a tiny crater on the moon of your cheek, where I once landed safely years later. I catch myself searching faces in crowds for that same small betrayal of joy. None of them fall quite like yours did. Symmetrical, unapologetic, a quiet rebellion against the evenness you try to keep when things got hard. I saw you last spring at the market, basket full of peaches in sunlight. You were laughing at something he said, and there it was. The dimple, deeper now, well practiced. It didn't hesitate the way it used to with me. I stood between stalls of flowers and felt the years collapse into one soft, and then I no longer had the right to touch. You didn't see me good. Some relics are kinder when left undisturbed. I almost smiled back at the space where you stood. Muscle memory being cruel again. That left dimple still shows up in dreams uninvited, carrying the full weight of every moment you were truly unguardedly mine. I wake up reaching for the left side of nothing, fingers chasing air that once held the shape of your happiness. It was never symmetrical love, always a little more on the left, always a little more yours than I deserved. I hope he knows what it means when that dimple appears. I hope he spends his life trying to earn it the way I stopped trying too soon. Some small things outlast the largest promises. A dimple is just a place where joy decided to stay a second longer than the rest of the face was ready for. That left dimple is the softest scar I carry. Doesn't hurt anymore, it just reminds me how beautiful uneven can be when it's real. I no longer search crowds, I let it live in the quiet corner of memory, where the light still hits at the exact angle that makes you truly smile. Thank you for the asymmetry. It taught me happiness rarely arrives perfectly balanced. Left side, always the left. I still lean that way when I laugh sometimes. was work, you asked me gently. I say fine, but you can tell. You don't push, you don't fix anything. You just stay, and I exhale. You send a meme, I start smiling, like the way can't hold as long. We talk in little normal moments, but you turn them into calm. No speeches, no grand lines, just I'm here and I'm alright. It's small talk, big feelings, in the spaces in between. In a did you eat at midnight, in a text me when you're free. It's nothing and it's everything, the kind of love that quietly heals. Yeah, we talk like it's just Tuesday, but it feels like something real. Groceries on your phone screen, milk and bread, and don't forget, you save the last piece for my dinner, like that's love you don't announce. We argue soft, we laugh right after. You say sorry without pride, then you reach across the table, and my storm goes back inside. Little words, steady hands, make a heart understand. It's small talk, big feelings, in the spaces in between. And did you eat at midnight, in a text me when you're free. It's nothing and it's everything, the kind of love that quietly heals. Yeah, we talk like it's just Tuesday, but it feels like something real. Maybe love is not the headline, maybe love is how you wait, how you listen when I'm half said, how you don't let go too late. So if the world gets loud tomorrow, if I lose what I believe, just say my name in a small voice, and I'll come back, I'll breathe. Small talk, big feelings, in the spaces in between. In a drive safe in the doorway, in a call me if you need. It's nothing and it's everything, the kind of love that quietly heals. Yeah, we talk like it's just Tuesday, but it feels like something real. Just a line, just a lie, just us. The rain starts off like it's apologizing for showing up, tapping the roof, the same rhythm you used to trace on my wrist. I let it fall harder, hoping volume can drown memory, but the windshield just turns into a screen playing us on repeat. Every drop a small projector, every streak a frame I can't pause. The wipers move in perfect 6/8 time, like they're trying to keep a song alive. We already buried left, right, left, right. They sweep the water but they can't sweep you. These wipers can't wipe you away, they just smear you across the glass again. I'm driving blind through the mess we made, headlights cutting tunnels in the ache. Every mile marker counts the nights since your hand left the passenger side. Wipers can't wipe you away, and I'm starting to think nothing ever will. There's a coffee cup in the holder, lid still warm from yesterday. Your lipstick on the rim like a bruise that won't fade. The heater blows your perfume from the vents, a ghost that learned how to haunt in circles. I passed the exit to your mother's house. Take it slow like the way you taught me. Muscle memory is a cruel passenger. It never asks for directions home. Red light, I watch the rain race down the window. Some drops join, some fall alone. I wonder which one I am tonight. These wipers can't wipe you away, they only make the blur more beautiful. I'm learning your shape in negative space, where the water refuses to behave. If tears were weather, this would be the forecast. Endless, gentle, impossible to outrun. Wipers can't wipe you away, so I let them keep the rhythm of missing you. Maybe when the tank runs empty, I'll leave the car on the shoulder, walk into the storm with nothing to protect. Let the rain finally do its job, wash me clean or drown me whole. Either feels fair at this point. These wipers can't wipe you away, they just taught me how to see in the dark. Every streak is a vein of light leading back to the night you said stay, and I didn't. Now the rain forgives me in slow motion, beat by beat, swipe by swipe. Wipers can't wipe you away, so I turn them off and let the whole world blur into you. Keep put music on too loudly in the kitchen just because. I say, hey, you grab my hands, love, like you waited for this part. Socks wet on the tile, we're wobbling. I almost fall, you pull me in, and you laugh so hard you can't breathe, then you spin, and I give in. One small song, one soft shock, and my heart can't stop spinning in socks on the kitchen tile. I'm in love with your laugh tonight. No big plans, no perfect timing, just your eyes in the fridge light. Spinning in socks, getting dizzy, getting close. If this is simple, then I want it most. Yeah, spinning in socks on the kitchen tile feels like home, feels right. We step on each other's toes now. Say my bad, then do it twice. You try to teach me how to follow, I pretend I'm too cool to try. We bump the counter, knock a spoon down. We freeze and start to grin, like the world can wait outside us while we keep this little noise, little mess in your arms. Spinning in socks on the kitchen tile. I'm in love with your laugh tonight. No big plans, no perfect time, and just your eyes in the fridge light. Spinning in socks, getting dizzy, with your laugh tonight. No big plans, no perfect time, and just your eyes and the fridge light spinning inside, getting dizzy, getting close. If this is simple, then I want it most. Yeah, spinning in socks on the kitchen tile. Feels like home, feels right. One more spin, hold on, don't stop. You don't love me like a movie. No grand scene, no spotlight glow. You love me in the little hours when nobody else would know. A note beside my keys in the morning, drive safe in your simple hand. You don't say it, you just show it, and I start to understand. Not loud love, not fast love, just the kind that lasts love. It's pocket size forever, in the small things you do, in the way you leave the door light on when I'm coming back to you. It's pocket size forever, no fireworks, no parade, just a quiet kind of always that you give me every day. You fold my shirt the way I like it. You remember how I take my tea. You keep an umbrella in your car just in case the rain finds me. When I'm anxious, you don't fight it. You don't tell me to be strong. You just sit close, breathe beside me till the worst of it is gone. Little care, steady hands, turn a moment into land. It's pocket size forever, in the small things you do, in the way you leave the door light on when I'm coming back to you. It's pocket size forever, no fireworks, no parade, just a quiet kind of always that you give me every day. Maybe love is not a promise, shout it out for everyone. Maybe love is making space for all the parts I try to run. So if the world gets heavy on me, if my hope is running thin, hold my hand like it's nothing, and I'll find myself again. It's pocket size forever, in the small things you do, in the way you say I got you, like you really, really do. It's pocket size forever, still gentle, still the same, just a quiet kind of always, and I wouldn't trade a thing. A note, a look, a light, that's you. If we met again in a quiet town, some Sunday light on your collarbone, I think I'd recognize you slow now. Not from the ache, but from the tone. No thunder in me, no need to prove. Just coffee, steam, and steady hands. I'd let the moment breathe a little too, like I finally understand. Back then I was all edges and hurry. You were trying to soften the world. Now I've learned love doesn't like being chased, it likes being held. If we met again, older, calmer, I wouldn't reach for what I miss. I'd ask how you've been and mean it, and let the past sit where it is. Maybe we laugh like nothing broke us. Maybe we'd keep it simple, slow. Not a second chance, not a closure, just two souls saying hello. I noticed the lines around your eyes, the kind that come from real hard days. And you might see the softer side of a boy who finally changed. I wouldn't fill the air with what ifs or drag old names into the night. I'd tell you I'm glad you made it through, and I hope you're alright. I used to think the right words could fix it, like love was a clever reply. Now I know sometimes the kindest thing is not to rewind. If we met again, older, calmer, I wouldn't reach for what I miss. I'd ask how you've been and mean it, and let the past sit where it is. Maybe we'd laugh like nothing broke us. Maybe we'd keep it simple, slow. Not a second chance, not a closure, just two souls saying hello. And if there's a pause, let it stay. I'm not afraid of silence now. We don't have to make it into something to honor what we found. I thank you for the way you loved me when I didn't know how to be loved. Then I'd let you walk your life in peace, and I'd walk mine with enough. If we met again, older, calmer, I'd smile and let it feel like this, a gentle kind of knowing, no more trying to resist. Maybe we'd hug just for a moment, like closing a well-worn book. Not a second chance, not a goodbye, just two hearts taking a look. If we met again, older, calmer, I think I'd let you go and still be warm about it. I replay our last fight like a film stuck on the worst frame. The way your voice cracked on the word enough. You stood by the kitchen sink, hands gripping the counter as if it might float away with the rest of us. I said things I dressed up as truth, but were only fear wearing sharper clothes. The light above the stove flickered once, like it was trying to warn us. The power was about to go out on everything. You looked at me like I was a stranger who had borrowed my face for one final cruelty. I replay our last fight and wish I'd said stay instead. of go. Wish I crossed the 3 steps between us and let the silence win for once. I was loud when I should have been quiet, brave when I should have been kind. Now the kitchen is too clean, the counter too empty, and every echo sounds like the door closing on the version of me you almost kept. I found your note in the drawer last week, the one you wrote the morning after. 3 lines about coffee and forgiveness you never gave me. I keep it folded in my wallet next to receipts I'll never need. A small paper wound I press when the days feel too smooth. I walk past the cafe where we used to sit, order your drink by accident, then leave it cooling on the table like an apology. No one is coming back to accept. I still flinch when plates clink too hard, still wait for your voice to rise above the noise and call a truce. I replay our last fight and the frames get slower every time I see the moment your eyes change, the exact second the room tilted and love started slipping off the edge. I wish I'd caught you instead of standing there with my arms full of being right. Now the quiet is louder than any words we threw, and stay is the only one I never learned to say until it was too late to matter. Some nights I speak to the empty chair where you used to sit and listen. I say the things I save for later, let them fall into the dark like coins into a well that never gives anything back. I'm learning that winning an argument can be the loneliest victory in the world. I replay our last fight and finally let the credits roll. I wish I'd said stay instead of go, but wishes are just echoes with better manners. I'll carry the weight of that final door slam until it teaches me how to open one gently for someone else. The kitchen light still flickers sometimes, I don't change the bulb. Some reminders deserve to stay broken. Stay, I'm sorry, I mean it now. Too late, but I mean it. There's an 8-hour difference carved between us like a canyon. No bridge remembers how to cross when my alarm drags me into gray Monday light. You're already brushing sleep from your hair on the other side of the world. I drink coffee that tastes like missing you. You sip tea that hasn't met my name yet. We're the same story, being read in 2 different centuries. I save the funniest thing that happens all day in a no title, tell her later. By the time later arrives, the joke has gone stale, and your laughter is already asleep. 8-hour difference is a slow motion goodbye we keep repeating every single day. I say I love you into a phone that hands it to you 8 hours late, wrapped in yesterday's voice and tomorrow's longing. 8-hour difference turned our forever into a relay race where only one of us is ever running at a time. You send me photos of Saturday markets while I'm microwaving Friday's leftovers. Your sun is loud and golden, mine is the color of almost gone. I watch your stories on silent, read your lips shaping someone else's morning, and feel like a thief stealing light from a day I haven't earned yet. Sometimes you call when it's 3 a.m. for me, and I answer with a voice made of gravel and warmth, pretending I wasn't dreaming of you anyway. We tried sinking once, I stayed up, you woke early. We met for 20 exhausting minutes in the thin crack between our worlds and cried because even exhaustion felt like home. 8-hour difference is learning to hold someone with your eyes closed and your heart open across an ocean of unsent goodnights. I fall asleep to the thought of your sunrise, and you wake up to the echo of my moon still hanging in your sky, like a promise I forgot to keep. One day the distance will shrink to the width of a doorstep, or grow to the length of a lifetime. Until then, I keep a second clock on my nightstand, set to your city, just so I can watch the hands move while you live the hours I can only borrow in dreams. 8-hour difference taught me the bravest kind of love, loving someone in a time zone they haven't reached yet. I kiss the dark where your face would be, and trust the earth to carry it forward until your morning finds my mouth still shaped around the same 3 words I said 8 hours ago, and we'll say again 8 hours from now. The planet keeps turning just to bring us a little closer, one slow sunrise at a time. Good night, my love, or good morning. I love you in every tense the clock hasn't invented yet. If I could go back to December, I'd stand in the snow outside your door, instead of driving away with the radio too loud. You were wearing that gray sweater, the one with the hole at the cuff. Your thumb kept worrying like it could fix more than wool. I told you I needed space, and watch your face folding on itself the way paper does when it realizes it's about to be thrown away. I thought freedom tasted like open road. It tasted like ash in the cold side of the bed. If I could go back to December, I'd never let you leave the porch light on for no one. I'd swallow every sharp word. I dressed up as honesty and trade them for the soft ones I was too afraid to wear. I'd hold you in the driveway until the snow forgave us both for thinking love could survive on pride alone. If I could go back to December, I'd stay. I heard you moved on in April, someone who doesn't make you beg for warmth. I saw the pictures. Your smile looks lighter now, like someone finally opened the window in a room I kept too dark. I don't blame you, I blame the version of me who thought being right was warmer than being with you on a night the world was white and quiet and begging us to listen. I still drive past your old house sometimes. The new owners painted the door red, it used to be blue. Everything changes except the way December feels when it finds me unprepared. If I could go back to December, I'd tell you all the things I rehearsed in the car on the way home that night but never said out loud. I'd say I was scared, not cold. I'd say your hands were the only place I ever felt safe enough to fall apart. I'd let the snow pile up on the windshield until morning just to have one more hour of you believing I was better than I was. Time doesn't go backwards, but memory does. It takes me there every year when the air turns sharp and the lights on the neighbors' houses look like the ones we never hung together. I stand in my own driveway now and whisper sorry to the dark, hoping the wind carries it to whatever December you're living in. If I could go back to December, I'd never let you go. But I can't, so I'll carry the cold like a coat I refuse to take off until it teaches me how to be warm for someone else, the way I never was for you. If I could go back to December, I'd stay, I'd stay. I'm sorry, love. The snow remembers. I always will.
There's a cafe on the corner of our old routine, where the chairs are still too close and the lights stay dim. I pass it like a stranger with somewhere else to be, but the doorbell in my head keeps ringing. The menu hasn't changed, maybe it has. I wouldn't know, I don't let myself look. I just keep walking with my hands in my pockets, like that's enough to be over it. I tell myself it's only a four walls and a song on repeat, but my chest doesn't care what I tell it when I'm back on that street. It's the cafe we never go back to, where we said someday like it was true. Now the tables hold other people and the barista won't remember you. I don't hate it, I don't blame it, I just can't sit where we sat, 'cause some good things turn into landmarks you don't visit after that. You used to stir your coffee slow, like you had time to make it last. I used to talk too much when I was nervous, trying to outrun the past. We made a life out of small minutes, a shared dessert, a borrowed pen. And I thought love was something simple, keep showing up again and again. But we grew quiet in different ways. You stopped leaning in, I stopped asking why, and the silence learned our names so well it didn't even try to hide. It's the cafe we never go back to, where we said someday like it was true. Now the tables hold other people and the barista won't remember you. I don't hate it, I don't blame it, I just can't sit where we sat, 'cause some good things turn into landmarks you don't visit after that. Sometimes I think I could go in, order what you always chose, leave a bigger tip than I can afford, and pretend it doesn't hurt almost. But I know I'd watch the door way too much, waiting on a ghost to arrive. And I've done enough waiting in my life to call that survival. It's the cafe we never go back to, but it's still there when the day turns blue. Like a chapter you don't reopen, 'cause you already know what it'll do. I don't hate it, I don't blame it, I'm not trying to get you back. I just miss who I was beside you in that corner of the past. So I walk on a little slower, let the street lights do their part, and leave the cafe where it is, with your name in my heart. I saw you through the window of a place we never went. You were laughing at something he whispered low. The light caught the side of your face, the same way it did the morning you left. Only this time you weren't looking for the door, you were looking at him like the room had just begun. I stood there holding someone else's coffee, burning my hand and not feeling a thing. Funny how pain chooses its own temperature. You look happier than ever with him, like peace finally moved into the space I left empty. Your eyes don't search the crowd anymore, they rest, and it's beautiful and it's brutal. I taught you how to smile like that, now he gets to keep it. You look happier than ever, and I'm standing in the ashes of my own prayers, learning how to be grateful while something inside quietly breaks. You cut your hair shorter, the way you always talked about. He runs his fingers through it like it was made for his hands. I almost waved, then remember I'm a stranger now. I almost smiled, then remember it would look like surrender. So I just watch you walk away. You're a step lighter than it ever was with me. Like love used to weigh 1,000 pounds and someone finally took it off your shoulders. I wonder if you still drink oat milk lattes. I wonder if he knows you hate being tickled on the left side. I wonder if you ever think of me at all, then hate myself for hoping the answer is yes. You look happier than ever with him, the kind of happy that doesn't need to prove anything. It just exists, quiet and certain, like sunrise after a night you thought would never end. I hope he knows how rare that light is. I hope he never dims it. You look happier than ever, and I'm learning that love sometimes means walking away so someone else can stay. I used to think letting go was failure. Now I think it's the bravest kind of winning. If you're blooming where I couldn't water you, then the drought was mine to carry, not yours. You look happier than ever with him, and for the first time I don't wanna ruin it. I just wanna remember how you last sounded when it wasn't trying to hold everything together. You look happier, and I'm finally learning how to mean it when I say I'm glad. Keep shining love, I'll find my own sun somewhere down the road. I still count the freckles on your left shoulder when I can't sleep. There were 7, maybe 8, scattered like small constellations. Someone spilled across your skin the night the universe decided you'd be beautiful in fragments. I knew them better than my own hands.
The way they darkened after a day in the sun, how the one just below the strapline looked like a tiny island I once claimed as home.
You used to laugh when I traced them, call it my bedtime story without words. I still count the freckles on your left shoulder in the dark, fingers moving over empty air like a blind man reading Braille.
He once knew by heart.
They were the map I followed
To the quietest part of you,
a secret sky only visible when you turned away and let me in.
now the nights are starless, and I'm left navigating by memory alone.
I saw you at the beach last summer, from a distance safe enough to pretend I wasn't looking. You wore the same blue bikini, the one that slipped just enough to reveal the small archipelago I once sailed in.
In my sleep, someone else stood beside you, blocking the sun.
And I wondered if he knows the stories those freckles tell when you're half asleep and unguarded. How the third one from the top appeared the summer you turned 19.
How they fade a little each winter, like secrets trying to leave.
I turned away before you saw me,
Before the count became something louder than silence.
I still count the freckles on your left shoulder when the room feels too large. 7, maybe 8, I can't be sure anymore. Memory blurs the edges, the way time blurs everything
Except the 8.
They were the only sky I ever wanted to get lost in.
A private galaxy pressed into skin that no longer turns
toward my light. One day I'll forget the exact number,
or the order they appeared in,
or the way your breath caught when my lips followed the trail from one to the next. One day the shoulder will belong to someone else's night sky,
and I'll stop reaching for stars that burned out long ago.
I still count the freckles on your left shoulder, but slower now, like a prayer I'm finally learning to finish. They were never mine to keep, only mine to witness for a season.
Thank you
for letting me read the sky on your skin
before the clouds moved in. I'm folding the map
gently
and putting it away
with the rest of the things I loved,
and learn to live without.
7,
maybe 8. Good night.
little stars.
Kettle singing like it knows us. Little whistle, little glow. You turn around, you pull me closer, like we've got nowhere to go. Timer ticks, the pasta's waiting, but you smile and take your time. We don't need a perfect moment, we just make one out of night. 1, 2, slow, let it roll, hands in mine, that's the whole. 2, stepping by the stove light, turning nothing into gold. Just a beat in your small laughter, and my heart lets go control. We're not chasing after fireworks, we're not trying to be cool. 2, stepping by the stove light, like this life was made for 2. A wooden spoon becomes
that feels honest, that feels new. Soft splashes, you blame the music, I pretend it wasn't me. Then you wipe my cheek so softly, like you're taking care of me. 1, 2, spin, let me in, close your eyes, start again. 2, stepping by the stove light, turning nothing into gold. Just a beat in your small laughter, and my heart lets go control. We're not chasing after fireworks, we're not trying to be cool. 2, stepping by the stove light, like this life was made for 2. I used to think love had to happen on a rooftop in a rush, but you showed me it can live in a simple song, a simple touch. So if tomorrow comes too heavy, if the week gets sharp and rude, pull me back beside the counter, let me dance it off with you. 2, stepping by the stove light, still my favorite place to be, where the room feels safe and open, and you're smiling back at me. We're not chasing after fireworks, we're not trying to be cool. 2, stepping by the stove light, yeah, this life was made for 2. 1, 2, hold tight, stove light, you and I. Spotify Wrapped came for me this year, like a polite assassin in a pastel card. Your top song of 2025, the one we played on repeat. The night you packed your books and I pretended to sleep. 11/7 plays, I laughed out loud in an empty kitchen, because the algorithm knows exactly how many times a heart can break to the same 3-minute chord progression before it learns the words by blood. It even made a little animation, a tiny broken heart pulsing in time with the kick drum. Cute, merciless. Spotify really knows how to hurt me, wrap my whole year in a single song. I can't skip skipping, would mean admitting I'm still not over you. It counted every 3 a.m. replay when insomnia wore your face, every shower where I let the chorus drown the sound of crying. Spotify Wrapped turned my grief into a playlist and called it your sound of the year. Thanks for the reminder, I guess. Number 2 was the song from the road trip we never finished. Number 5 was the one you added the day you left, with a note this made me think of us. I hated it then, I hate it more now because it was right. The app says I listened for 439 minutes. That's 3 full days of my life. Spent living inside a loop you walked out of without pressing pause. It even told me my emotional weather was melancholy with scattered heartbreak. I laughed again, this time quieter, because even the robots can read the room. Spotify really knows how to hurt me. Gave me a trophy for loving you the loudest when you weren't even listening. It made a reel of my worst night, set to the songs that kept me breathing when breathing felt pointless. I watched it once, then closed the app and opened it again, because pain is the only subscription I never cancel. Next year I'll try to listen to something new. I'll make playlists called Spring and Moving On, and songs that don't taste like your name. I'll lie to the algorithm the way I lie to myself at 2 a.m. when I'm still searching your name in other people's voices. Spotify really knows how to hurt me, but maybe that's mercy in a language only the lonely speak. It counted every tear as a stream, turned my ruin into data and handed it back with a bow. Thank you, little robot heart, for proving I survived another year of loving you in 4/4 time at 68 BPM with no skip button in real life. See you next December when you tell me again who I couldn't stop listening to when I should have been learning how to live without. Play it one more time. I'm ready. I'm still not, but play it anyway. Posted a picture last night, candlelight soft on the curve of your cheek. He's half out of frame, but his arm claims the rest of the space like he owns gravity. You're smiling the smile I used to chase across 3 states, the one that started small in the left corner, spilled slow like honey deciding to fall. I know every millimeter of that journey. I measured it in heartbeats once. I zoom in until the pixels bruise, just to check if your eyes still crinkle the same. When the smile is real, they do. That's what finishes me. Keep smiling for the camera, baby. You finally learned how to mean it. I was the rough draft, the shaky rehearsal, the nights you practiced in the mirror while I pretended to sleep. Now every flash catches the finished version, polished, effortless, cruel in its ease. Smile for the camera, baby. I taught you that curve and you gave it away for free. Comments say you look so happy, little red hearts raining like confetti on a grave. I wanna write, he doesn't know that smile took 3 years and 2 breakdowns to perfect. He wasn't there for the dress rehearsals when it cracked in the middle and you cried because it still felt borrowed. He just walked in on opening night and took the bow I paid for in blood. I liked it, then unliked it, and stared at the empty space where my name used to be, until the screen went black and showed me my own reflection, looking like someone who lost in it his own house. Keep smiling for the camera, baby. It suits you better than my hands ever did. I was the dark room, he's the daylight you always deserved. Every photo is proof that some people are only meant to develop the picture, not live inside the frame. One day the algorithm will stop punishing me, and your face will drift down the feed like a leaf I no longer reach for. Until then I keep scrolling past sunsets, just to watch you glow in someone else's sunrise. Smile for the camera, baby. I'm proud of you and ruined by it in the same breath. You finally look like the version of yourself I always knew was hiding behind my shadow. Thank you for stepping into the light. I'll stay here learning how to live with the after image burn on the inside of my eyelids. Keep smiling, I'll teach myself to look away. Eventually
skyline used to feel like a promise. The towers lit up like matches we hadn't struck yet. Now they lean together, drunk on their own reflection, smearing gold across the river like spilled champagne. I'm parked on the overpass, engine off, watching the city breathe without us. Every pulse a red brake light, feels like a heartbeat, skipping your name. The windows fog with things I never told you. I draw a small heart, then erase it, like practicing how to disappear. City lights are blurring the night, running mascara down the face of the dark. I'm trying to read the signs, but they're crying too hard. Every glow is a maybe, every shadow is a scar. City lights are blurring the way your eyes did when you lied and said I'll be fine. They're still lying, and so am I. There's a billboard with a couple kissing under string lights. I hate how happy they look in 4K. I hate that I slow down to stare. The radio plays a song we skipped the first time. Now I let it finish, note by bitter note, like swallowing glass wrapped in velvet. Downtown smells like wet concrete and your old cologne. Memory has a cruel sense of smell. I almost call you just to hear the voicemail that still says, hey, it's us. But I hang up at the beep. Some ghosts are kinder when they stay quiet. City lights are blurring the night, turning the whole horizon into watercolor regret. I'm driving through a painting that hasn't dried yet. Every street lamp is a street lamp we stood under once. City lights are blurring, and I'm not sure if it's rain on the glass or tears on the inside. Probably both, probably always will be.
with the sun. And I'll finally outrun this hour, but the city keeps spinning its soft neon lullaby, telling me to pull over, telling me some wounds only glow in the dark. City lights are blurring, they look like the night you left, all color bleeding into one long goodbye. I turn the headlights off, let the dark teach me your shape one last time. City lights are blurring, and for once I don't try to clear the view. Keep blurring, baby, I'm not ready to see straight again. Again. We were 17 and reckless with forever, passing notes in the margins of textbooks we'd never open again. You wore my Letterman jacket like it was armor against a world that hadn't learned how to hurt us yet. Fridays tasted like stadium lights and cheap cherry lip balm, your laugh rising over the marching band like a kite no one dared pull down. I still hear it when the wind moves through empty bleachers in October. I thought growing up meant getting taller, not growing apart. Senior year keeps playing on a loop inside my chest, grainy footage of a film that ended too soon. We were kings of a kingdom made of lockers and late passes, thinking the credits would never roll. Now I'm 25 and invisible in the same hallways that once echoed our names. Senior year, you were the only future I bothered to imagine. Turns out some stories peak before the characters learn how to speak in past tense. I drove back last homecoming, parked under the same flickering scoreboard. The field's smaller now, grass worn thin. Where we used to lie counting stars we swore we'd name after each other, they tore down the old science wing, built a new wing with windows that don't open. Funny, everything changed except the ache that still fits perfectly in my rib cage, like it was custom made in 2017. I found our yearbook in my mother's attic. Your photo smile back at me with teeth I used to trace with my thumb, when we thought time was something we could waste. Senior year, you're married now, 2 kids and a dog in Ohio. I saw the pictures, couldn't stop myself. You still tilt your head the same way you did when the camera caught you off guard. I wonder if you ever drive past the school and feel 17, slam into you like a song you forgot you knew by heart. Or if you just keep driving, radio low, windows up, safe from ghosts that only haunt one of us. I don't want you back, I want the version of me who believed the world would stay that gentle. I want the boy who thought love was a yearbook signature and a promise ring from a mall kiosk. I wanna tell him, enjoy the last bell, enjoy the slow dance, enjoy thinking this feeling will never run out. Because one day you'll be 25, holding a paper cup of bad coffee, watching teenagers spill out of the same doors, and you'll understand why some heartbreaks don't make a sound. Smiling through it, senior year, thank you for being mercilessly beautiful. Thank you for teaching me that some summers end in September and some people stay 17. No matter how many calendars you burn, I still keep your jacket in the back of my closet. It doesn't fit anymore, but I can't bring myself to give it away. Some ruins are sacred. We were 17 and the world was wide open. I'm 25 and learning how to close the door without slamming it. The memories that still sleep in the pocket of an old Letterman jacket. You wore white on graduation day, not the gown, the sundress underneath. The one with tiny daisies that caught the wind every time you turned to find me in the crowd. I still see it when the light hits a certain angle in June, how the fabric moved like it was shy of your skin. We stood on the football field, pretending the future was a wide open gate instead of a slow closing door. The sun burned our shoulders and we called it blessing. They told us to throw our caps, I threw mine too hard, like I could launch myself into whatever came next, as long as you were standing in it. Graduation day, you were sunlight wearing a girl's shape. I was a boy trying to bottle it before someone told me glass breaks. I still taste that afternoon, metallic and sweet, like the moment before a storm realizes it's allowed to cry. You in white, me in disbelief, both of us too young to understand. No, the picture would outlive the feeling. I found the photo last week, tucked in a book I haven't opened since college. We're mid-jump, your hair a halo of gold thread, my arm around your waist like I'd earned the right to gravity. The grass was too green, the sky too blue, everything screaming this is important, remember it. I remembered, you probably don't, that's the part that sits heaviest. Your mother hugged me that day and whispered take care of her. I thought I would, I thought forever was something you could graduate into. Graduation day, the last time the world felt stitched together with something stronger than regret. I still flinch when I hear pomp and circumstance, like a dog that's been kicked by a song. You in white running across the fields, or whoever you became, me standing still, learning the difference between a memory and a wound. Sometimes I dream we stayed on that field, grass growing tall around us, until the stadium lights burned out and the seasons forgot our names. We'd still be 17, still believe in the diploma was for life, not just for childhood. I wake up gasping, reach for the dress that isn't there, find only the shape of your absence pressed into the mattress like a flower someone forgot to throw away. Graduation day, thank you for being mercilessly bright. Thank you for the white dress and the way you looked back once before the crowd swallowed you. I kept the tassel, it's faded to the color of old teeth now, but I still hang it from the rear view like a rear view prayer that some road circle back even when they swear they're one way. You wore white and I wore certainty. Only one of us kept the color.
Late night, you open up the fridge door, pale blue light on your sleepy face. You say just something small and smile, love, like we're hiding from the day. I lean in, steal a cold grape from you. You pretend you didn't see. And the quiet in this kitchen starts to settle over me. No big moves, no big sound, just your calm all around. Under the fridge light lullaby, you're my peace tonight. We don't need to talk it out, we just sway right. In this little midnight glow, I can let it be. Under the fridge light lullaby, you're everything to me. Leftover pizza, paper napkins, we sit down on the floor. You tell me one small thing you're thinking, then you stop saying nothing more. Your shoulder finds my shoulder, easy like it's where I'm meant to land. And I feel my breath get slower when I'm holding your warm hand. Slow heartbeat, soft and true. That's the song, me and you. Under the fridge light lullaby, you're my peace tonight. We don't need to talk it out, we just sway it right. In this little midnight glow, I can let it be. Under the fridge light lullaby, you're everything to me. I've had nights that felt like thunder, thoughts too loud and sleep too far. But you don't find me, you don't hurry, you just dim the dark. So if tomorrow brings that wave again, if my mind won't set me free, open up that fridge light, baby. Come and sit with me, with me, with me. Under the fridge light lullaby, you're my peace tonight. We don't need to talk it out, we just sway it right. In this little midnight glow, I can let it be. Under the fridge light lullaby, you're right here with me. Blue light, soft and slow dance. Good night. don't say sorry like a headline. You don't make a scene for show. You just come a little closer, ask me softly, are you okay? You bring water, you sit down with me, let the silence do its part. And somehow that's the first time I feel safe inside my heart. No excuses, no defense, just your care making sense. It's the quiet apology in the way you pull me near, in the way you change, not promise, in the way you stay right out here. No flowers on the doorstep, no speeches in the rain, just a quiet apology. And I can breathe again. You fix what broke without announcing. You clean up what you made messy. You don't call it being better, you just do it patiently. And when I bring it up at midnight, you don't turn it into war. You say, I hear you, I was wrong. Then you love me a little more. Small repairs done with grace turn a hurt into a place. It's the quiet apology in the way you pull me near, in the way you change, not promise, in the way you stay right here. No flowers on the doorstep, no speeches in the rain, just the quiet apology. Said you would. It's the quiet apology, not perfect but it's real. In the way you hold my shaking, like you know how it can feel. No grand turn, no big moment, just a steady different man. Yeah, the quiet apology.